the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
May we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Person?
Here.
Ms. Palmer?
Here.
Mr. Coleman?
Here.
Mr. Taylor?
Here.
Mr. Pavoni?
Here.
Ms. Breyer? Mr. Prince?
Here.
Roll call, Mr. Mayor, one absent.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr.
I
Person.
move the absent council member be excused.
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Person, seconded by Mr. Prince, that council excuse Councilmember Breyer. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Before we go to the first item on our agenda, I just wanted to welcome all of our scouts that are here tonight from Troop 476. You guys wave because you're on the camera right now. So thank you for being here. It's good to have you. Okay, first item is our proclamation.
Hey, proclamation. Whereas the National Association of Town Watch and Target Corporation are sponsoring a unique nationwide crime, drug, and violence prevention program on August 5th, 2014, entitled National Night Out. And whereas the 31st Annual National Night Out provides a unique opportunity for the City of Renton to join forces with thousands of other communities across the country in promoting cooperative police community crime prevention efforts. And whereas the City of Renton plays a vital role in assisting the Renton Police Department through joint crime, drug, and violence prevention efforts in the community and is supporting National Night Out locally. And whereas it is essential that all citizens of the City of Renton be aware of the importance of crime prevention programs and the impact their participation can have on reducing crime, drugs, and violence in their community. And whereas police community partnerships, neighborhood safety, awareness, and cooperation are important themes of the National Night Out program. And whereas National Night Out is a great way for residents to meet and socialize with their neighbors, which builds community and strengthens neighborhood bonds. Now therefore, I, Dennis Law, Mayor of the City of Renton, do hereby proclaim August 5th, 2014 to be National Night Out 2014 in the City of Renton, and I encourage all citizens to help give crime and drugs a going-away party by participating in a 31st Annual National Night Out event. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused this seal of the City of Renton to be affixed this 4th day of August 2014, signed Dennis Law, Mayor of the City of Renton.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Prince.
move we approve the proclamation.
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Prince, seconded by Mr. Person, that council approve this proclamation. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. My pleasure to present this to the City of Renton's Crime Prevention Specialist, Cindy Parks.
Thank you. Well, I want to say thank you to Mayor Law and to Council for supporting this event once again. We started this in our first large city event in 2008, so we have been rolling along pretty good. This year our event is at Kennydale Lions Park at 2428, I think it's Aberdeen Avenue Northeast. We have an expectation that there will be 800 to 900 people at this event, so I think it's well deserved. We have a great cooperative relationship with the Kennydale Neighborhood Association, and I'm happy to bring this to their neighborhood. They are a shining example of how wonderful it is to be able to have this working relationship with the city and with the neighborhood association to keep their neighborhoods healthy and happy and strong. So I'm excited to attend tomorrow, and I appreciate that you guys support this event and that usually I see you guys there as well. Thank you very much. I appreciate the proclamation.
Thank you, Cindy. Okay, we have a public hearing. Jim Seitz.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have a short presentation the staff will be giving for the public hearing. Okay, this is our annual update to the Transportation Improvement Plan. And the purpose of the TIP it is actually a state requirement that we update our TIP on a Transportation Improvement Plan on an annual basis. This, of course, allows us the opportunity to apply for state and federal funding. But most importantly, it's really about interacting with the public and internal and external stakeholders to make sure that we're coordinating our efforts with theirs so that once we engage in a project and start building it, we plan for other utilities, for example, to also do their work at the same time, so we're not digging up the road more than once. Of course, the TIP is a financially unconstrained document, so many of the projects are unfunded in the later years. In particular, the first couple of years, though, as you'll see, are mainly funded projects. The TIP is also supporting of our city's business plan, our comprehensive plan, and complies with the Growth Management Act. In the TIP, we actually have 35 projects or programs this year. About half of those are corridor projects, fairly major projects such as the Rainier Corridor. We do, of course, have to maintain our system, so we do have our preservation projects, and we have other types of projects such as non-motorized, which are either bike or pedestrian projects, and standalone safety projects. Make sure I didn't miss one here. As far as this is the annual update, and I wanted to brief you on what really has changed this year, and what we have starting this year are 6 projects total that we'll be embarking on either this year or next year. The Rainier Avenue Corridor Phase 4, we just completed the last phase this year, and going on to Phase 4 design, which will start off where we left off on the last project, continue north to third place. One of the projects that we've heard a lot of enthusiasm about is the Main Street Downtown Circulation Project between 2nd and 3rd. We'll be adding a northbound lane in that section, actually converting a southbound lane to a northbound lane. And I think you were briefed just a couple of weeks ago on that, so I won't go into a lot of detail about it. But then we're also starting design this year actually for the Northeast Sunset Boulevard improvements up in the Highlands area. We did receive a federal grant for a preservation project on Duval from 4th to 10th. This is just to make you aware of this is actually the better part of Duval. We have one section between 10th and 12th that's in very severe condition, which really didn't qualify for the preservation grant, but we want to preserve the piece that we have currently, and we're building a strategy to also do the between 10th and 12th, which is the worst section of that street, with a TIB grant. So we're hoping to get that grant this fall and do the whole corridor at one time over the next couple of years. We have a smaller preservation project, or a sidewalk project, a missing link of sidewalk on 116th, just north of Carr Road, up to the post office there. And we'll be continuing our design work on the Lake Washington Boulevard Trail. We have completed one segment of that, and this will be design work for all the way around the perimeter of the airport to our northern city limits. To talk a little bit about what we've accomplished, we have actually completed one major phase of the Rainier Corridor improvements, a very aesthetically pleasing project, I think, and everybody seems to be very happy with the improvements, and we look forward to continuing that project on to the north and complete the 2 final stages of that project. Of course, the Strander Boulevard project, we've completed the last segment of that for the jurisdiction of Renton, and then Tukwila will take over this project and complete it onto West Valley Highway. One project that we still are under construction, we plan on completing this substantial completion by the end of September, is the Highland Bowling / Landing pedestrian connection. Provides sidewalks where none existed in the past. Very important safety project. Switch gears a little bit and talk about how we fund the projects. This is just showing our local revenues. One of our biggest funding sources is business license fees, been very stable over the years. Gas tax, smaller piece of the pie, but has been very stable for us. Mitigation fees actually are, on the good news, is actually picking up this year. We're seeing a lot more revenue from mitigation fees in 2015 than we have in the past 3 or 4 years. And in 2015, we do have some fund balance. The later years, we don't have the fund balance that we have in 2015. To show a little bit how we're allocating that in the TIP, the majority of the money you'll see going to corridor projects. We do have some dedicated just for non-motorized safety and preservation. But the corridor projects, of course, contain elements of non-motorized preservation and safety also. So we're really hitting all those areas in the corridor projects. This slide is intended to show you the leveraging that we try to do over the years. This is just showing 2015, how we've taken those city funds, the $4 million, and leveraged those by applying for grants, and we did receive about $10 million in grants for projects just in 2015. The longer-term view, the 6-year, this shows that green section is the grants, the blue, which is the very bottom, shows the city funding. The red is unfunded, and of course, as we move from 2015 out to 2020, you'll see that a lot of the projects are unfunded as you go out further into the TIP. That really concludes the presentation on the update of the TIP, but what we also do on an annual basis is to update our street map at the same time we update our TIP. And one street that we would like to add to our arterial street map as a collector arterial is South 132nd Street from Renton Avenue South to the west city limits, which is basically Langston. It's a segment that we annexed from King County. They have it as a collector arterial all the way over to Sunset Boulevard to Renton Avenue, so we think it's appropriate that we have that as a collector arterial. As far as recommended action, staff is recommending that you council approve the 6-year transportation improvement program. We also ask that you approve the 2014 arterial street plan and present the resolution regarding this matter for reading and adoption. And with that, that concludes my presentation.
Thank you, Jim. Any questions from council? Jason, do we have any correspondence?
No correspondence, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, I don't have anybody signed up. Was there anybody that wanted to testify on the transportation plan? What's the wish of the council?
Move the public hearing be closed.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Mr. Person, seconded by Mr. Prince, that the public hearing be closed. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
And we don't have a resolution this evening. Do we?
Yeah, we do.
I don't show it on my agenda.
Under
Number
9.
Oh, number 9. Okay, so we'll have the resolution to adopt this at later this evening.
Okay. Thank you very much.
I was looking up, I don't know what
Thank you, Jim. Next is administrative report. I have just a couple of items to share with you. First of all, a reminder that the North Renton Neighborhood Association will be hosting their annual neighborhood picnic this Thursday at Jones Park, located in 98 Wells Avenue South, right next to the Cedar River. And they will be hosting a food drive for the Salvation Army Rotary Food Bank, so people that are attending, please bring some food to donate. Residents are encouraged to bring their favorite potluck dish and attend the picnic to get to know their immediate and surrounding neighbors, as well as meeting some city representatives. And we'll have our barbecues there, I'm sure, for chicken burgers, right? This Saturday, August 9th from 10 to noon, the Renton Fire Department will be hosting a special meeting at the Carco Theater with some of the residents from the communities that were impacted by the fire that we had on July 19th at the Regency Woods apartment. So we're inviting residents from the neighboring communities that were in the line of jeopardy from that fire, and to give them an update and briefing on what took place, and also to get some comments back from them. So the council is clearly invited to attend if you're free. So that's Carco Theater, 10 to noon on Saturday. The address for residents is 1717 Southeast Maple Valley Highway. Of course, it's at the Renton community, next to the Renton Community Center, or the very popular Henry Moses Pool. So people will know where that is. Okay, we have nobody signed up for audience comment at this moment, so I've got 6 items on a consent agenda for council consideration. Are there any items a council member would like pulled?
Seeing none, Mr. Mayor, I move the consent agenda be adopt it as presented.
Second.
It's been moved by Mr. Person, seconded by Mr. Corman, that council adopt the consent agenda. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Moving on to unfinished business, Mr. Person.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, last time we met, I guess it wasn't last week, we discussed whether we wanted to have a resolution supporting Representative Adams' efforts to help Ms. Salgado. And this is an item that Councilman Pavoni and Greg Taylor have been working on, and so I would like to just bring that up for discussion at this time, because we've all received a sample resolution by computer. So with that, if there's any changes, because the process that we need to go through to get this approved is make any changes tonight that we want, and then we'll hopefully adopt it next Monday night.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Taylor.
I've been in contact with the Salgado family, and they did have a chance to take a look at the draft resolution and made some recommendations to add a Section 3. And the Section 3 would include the language that would say, quote, "The City Council of the City of Renton requests Washington's United States Senators Patty Murray and Maria Cantwell to take affirmative action with the U.S. State Department to support efforts to free Nestor Salgado from imprisonment in Mexico." And I would like to have that verbiage added to the resolution if everyone's in agreement with it here.
Jason, are you able to catch that in case this?
I've got it in writing right here if you need it.
Okay.
It's right
Okay,
here.
that's
I
great.
would like a copy, yes.
Okay.
I'll just mention to you, council members, that after this was brought up on the floor at our last council meeting, I happened to have the opportunity to meet with Congressman Adam Smith just a couple days after that. And we talked about this topic, and he's, excuse me, been working very hard trying to move it forward. There are a lot of, obviously, international issues that are the focus in D.C. right now, but Congressman Smith is still working with the State Department and really trying to see what they can do to have Ms. Salgado released from that prison. So with that, we were able to draft this position, and you know, and we're happy to make any changes, amendments, or whatever it is that the council wishes to do.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, Mr. Taylor.
One other thing, too, I'd like to mention, and I had an opportunity also to speak to Congressman Smith's legislative aide, Lynn Tye, a week or so ago also. But in addition to that, I had an opportunity to reach out to Senator Patty Murray's office today, and was pleased to learn that Senator Murray is in support of the release of Ms. Salgado. In fact, her office has been working with the State Department along with Senator Cantwell as well. So I think that adding this language would be very much appropriate, and with that, I'd like to, if there's no further discussion, I'd like to move that we adopt the resolution with those changes coming up following the next council meeting, to adopt the resolution with this new added language in it.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Mr. Taylor, seconded by Mr. Corman, that council adopt this resolution, which will be brought forward at the next council meeting with the amendment that Mr. Taylor made. Is there any additional discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Okay, thank you very much.
And that's all I have on old business, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, Ms. Palmer.
Oh, mine's not very exciting compared to all that. I do have one Transportation Aviation Committee report.
Transportation Aviation Committee report. The 2015-2020 six-year transportation improvement plan and arterial street plan update. The Transportation Aviation Committee reviewed the 2015-2020 six-year transportation improvement plan and recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to approve the annual updates to the plan and approve the 2014 arterial street plan. The committee further recommends that the resolution regarding this matter be presented for reading and adoption. This is signed by the committee chair and member.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Ms. Palmer.
I move that council concur with the committee report.
Second.
Been moved by Ms. Palmer, seconded by Mr. Taylor, that council concur with the Transportation Committee report. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
That's it.
Mr. Corman?
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. Mr. Taylor?
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Pavoni?
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
And Mr. Prince?
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. Moving on to resolutions and ordinances, we have one resolution this evening for the TIP.
Okay, a resolution of the City of Renton, Washington, updating the city's 6-year transportation improvement program, 2015 through 2020.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes,
I
Ms.
move the
Palmer.
resolution be adopted as read.
Second.
Been moved by Ms. Palmer, seconded by Mr. Taylor, that the council adopt the resolution as read. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Thanks, Jason. Moving on to new business, Mr. Person.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Next Monday, August 4th, from 5 to 7 p.m., Committee of the Whole will meet in the council chamber, and our discussion will be one item. It'd be the extended 2015-2016 budget discussion, and that's will be kicking off the budget session season, and the administration has informed me that they're planning to have a rough budget to us by October 3rd. And I think we will schedule some long Committee of the Whole meetings, because I'd like to get it all done in the month of October.
Good.
And pass it on the 2nd of November. So we may be having some 3- and 4-hour sessions to get it done.
Okay.
That's all, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Palmer?
Well, on behalf of Chair Breyer, I'll announce the Finance Committee for next Monday, August 11th, from 4 to 5 in the council conference room. There's 3 items on the agenda. The first one is the IAFF Local 864 Firefighters Labor Agreement for 2013 through 2015. Second is vouchers, and the third is emerging issues and revenue streams. And that's it.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Corman?
I have no new business, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, Mr. Taylor?
No new business, Mr. Mayor.
Pavoni?
No new business, Mr. Mayor.
And Mr. Prince?
No new business, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, moving on to audience comment. I see Ms. Rodriguez and Mr. Randolph would like to address the council. Please give your name and city of residence for the record, and you have 5 minutes. There's a timer next to the city clerk.
Rosal Rodriguez, R-O-D-R-I-G-U-E-Z, and I live in Renton. I'd just like to thank you all for passing this resolution. It means a lot to our family.
That's okay, you can take your time.
Yeah.
This is what... I'm so sorry, I'm just really excited. This is gonna help us bring my mom back home, and we thank you. Yeah. On behalf of my family, we thank you a lot. Thanks.
Wish we could do more.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, Mr. Taylor.
Thank you, Griselle, for those remarks, and I can tell you that I believe I can speak on behalf of us up here that we are looking forward to the day when your mom will be released and we can have a nice little, welcoming home celebration for her. Thank you very much.
Kate Randolph, R-A-N-D-O-L-F as in Frank. Mr. Mayor, honorable members of the Renton City Council, thank you. Thank you for considering this resolution and passing it. This resolution is very important because it will help the effort to free Nestora Salgado tremendously. And obviously it's going to give a lot of comfort to the family and the supporters, a lot of whom are here tonight. And they're going to know once again that they're not alone in this struggle, and that the people of their hometown, Renton, thanks to their elected representatives and their mayor, are with them on this, and I think that's going to give them an awful lot of support. And they appreciate it, and we appreciate it. The resolution also provides a tool, a very strong tool, which the organizations and the individuals that are fighting to free Nestora can and will use to bring that fight to a successful resolution, which we hope will be very, very soon. And to that end, all of us look forward to the day that Nestora Salgado will stand here herself and share her story with you, and thank you for, your efforts in this regard tonight and next week. So again, thanks to all of you for your support, and give a special thanks to Councilman Greg Taylor, who worked over who, as some of you know, worked over the council's holidays to work on this resolution. He promised 3 weeks ago that he would present this resolution today. He kept his promise. Thank you for that, sir. And I think you've lived up to your reputation, if you will, your credentials as a fighter for social justice, and we appreciate that very much. And also thank you to Mr. Pavoni for taking the time and the consideration and the courtesy to meet with us and the family 3 weeks ago. Thank you. So to all of you, thank you, and next time that we see you here, we hope that it's with Nestora with us, present and accounted for. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, so do we have any scout that wants to come up and give a report? I don't see any volunteers. Well, thanks a lot for Troop 476 for being here tonight. We appreciate that, and all your scout leaders. What's the wish of the council?
Move we adjourn.
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Person, seconded by Mr. Prince, that we adjourn. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned.